because something else spectacular in the world of cinematics and comics has happened, and I know everyone was waiting for it, for better or worse. I am talking about it. We are talking about it. The Snyder Cut of the Justice League.
4 hours.
4 hours. 4 hours.
So does this make this the Metal Gear 4 version of DC movies that we just basically cut the director loose and just gave him all the power that he wanted, and this is what came out of it?
Now, here's the thing. Before the Snyder Cut came out, we had the original Justice League movie that was released a few years ago, and without being so harsh on it, it came out as...
It was nuts.
It was good.
No, it wasn't.
It was okay.
It wasn't okay.
It was decent.
It wasn't even decent.
It was passable.
That did not pass.
I'm giving it passable.
I'm giving it passable with an afterthought of could have been better. So here's my question, because I haven't seen it yet. You guys have seen it. Does it get the pass? Does it get the could have been better attached to it? Or is it actually better now?
Without giving out a lot of information, because I know you want to see it with fresh eyes, I will say this. Despite the length of time, despite the ego stroking of Zack Snyder, which is shown in his visuals, the storyline to the Snyder Cut
makes more sense.
It's more comprehensible, especially with the motivation of the main villain as opposed to the last Justice League theatrical cut.
All right. Along with that, like I was gonna say, if you don't want me to give you any spoilers here on this, Angel, I'll try and hold my tongue. But suffice it to say, anybody can make their story be comprehensible if you give them almost all the time in the world to explain every little piece of detail. Here's the problem that the theatrical Justice League had. Everyone likes to call it Justice League because Joss Whedon had to come in
and cut and slice and snip and stuff.
Here's what's up. Whedon was in an impossible, unwinnable situation. He was made to be responsible to carry out a studio mandate that he had nothing to do with by taking a story that was in its initial first draft, if you would, over 4 hours long by Snyder's by Snyder's own admission.
Right.
He had to cut it in half or have his balls cut by the studio. So and the way he had to do that is he had to rework the script, trim shit down. He had to make sacrifices in terms of the story. And what we got out of it was the mess that was the theatrical Justice League. Mm-hmm. Now, whether or not, if you want to try to blame the on-set drama that Ray Fisher and shit was going on that, you can say that and you might have a nugget of truth to go with it. Because like I said, Whedon was not here to win. I would almost theorize even, and you could probably call me a crackpot if you want, Angel. I would almost theorize that Warner Brothers had actually gone out of their way to specifically select Joss Whedon for this purpose because
I wasn't surprised.
Because the guy already has a record of folks not liking him or whatever, and he already had a record of being burnt out on doing superhero movies. He was done as far as he was concerned. And like I said, he already had a burgeoning record of, he's difficult to work with on cast. He's being XYZ to women or whatever. So as far as the studio to be concerned, they're like, well, he'll either do what we tell him to do and it'll come out fine, or he'll crack like an egg and he'll fall into his own problems and we can disavow him afterwards.
Wash our hands of the whole mess.
Either way, we win.
Which is bullshit because no director should ever be backed into a corner like that.
But truthfully, at this situation, we're talking 5 years after the fact. We can postulate and stipulate and capitulate about this shit until the cows come home. By the way, the cows are not coming home. They've assumed false identities. They're on the other side of the planet, living on their own lives. The point is, Zack Snyder did manage to give out his version of the Justice League movie. All it took was fan outcry that had devolved into cult-like mentality, $75 million thrown at his feet by the studio, a desperate, anemic a streaming platform that was starving of content, and one prima donna Broadway boy who thought, oh hey, maybe if I harass enough people who are executives, I might be a star. Yes, I'm still on Ray Fisher.
Enough,
I don't want to be.
Ironically enough, all this combination of allegedly fucked up factors managed to cobble themselves together to make a foundation for a 4-hour film. It was genuinely a combination of the right things happen at the right time and the wrong things happen at the best possible time to create a combination of money, clout, and ironically enough, fan necessity. Because say what you will about how fandoms can be incredibly annoying, when they get together and they actually aim for something, they can get incredible results. Let's be honest, if it wasn't for them actually pushing for this remake, it would have never happened.
That is true. And right now, it's available on HBO Max. So, folks, if you're watching and if you want to watch the Snyder Cut for Justice League, fair warning, it is 4 hours long. Me and Juan, Juan could prove it.
Like this, the one thing that I was saying.
Save some time.
The one thing that I was saying about this is, as far as the story goes, yes, it's a better rendition of the exact same story from Justice League, from the theatrical version. So if you've seen the theatrical version, this is that, but with more. And I could tell you right now, I can see why the studios, I can see why Warner Brothers and DC were pissed off, because this movie at 4 hours long, there is no way in hell that it would be able to run in the movie theaters. Like, I believe one of the longest running movies of all time was Citizen fucking Kane. That was over 3 hours. There was no way anyone could match Citizen Kane in its glory. But how many piss breaks do you think you would have needed back then? And the last big, two big blockbuster? Yeah, people used to piss in the 1930s when Citizen Kane was around. But I'm telling you, like, as far as, like, blockbuster movies, like, more modern, Avengers Endgame was almost 3 hours long. And Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End was just under 3 hours long.
Well, hang on a minute. What about Titanic in the late 90s?
That was just shy of 3 hours also. And it was like, but that had...
Fun fact, the longest film ever made is Amra Ekta Cinema Banabo de Innocence at 1,260 minutes, made and released in 2019. It's from the Ukraine. It's 21 hours!
Bro, no! I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Hell
Jesus. No. Ironically enough, for being such a long film, the synopsis is like one fucking line. It's based on love, dreams, politics, revolution, and the aftermath of the Bangladesh Liberation War.
I think Juan broke. Angel, you broke Juan. Nice going.
21 hours.
Stop saying that.
21 hours? Okay, you know fucking what? No. Do not subject me to that. No.
You sure? I'm downloading it right now. All right. Give me the word. I'll get this. I'll get the fucking the pirate stream and just download the whole thing.
Oh my goodness. Hang on a minute. Before we go on to the last part.
Real quick, on the chat, yours truly, Billy. Time for me to head off. Nice to stop by in the stream for once. Thank you for joining us, Billy. Is he talking about the DMC that people hated, the reboot one? Yes, I was. And that 4 hours part reminds me of Angry Joe. He's famous for that. Yeah, fucking Angry Joe. No, okay, for the record, the only other film that I could imagine is nearly as pretentious as this, and you guys can crap on me later, especially you, Jose, because I know you're still a fanboy, to Boldly Flee from the Nostalgia Critic. That was like a 3.5 hour long fucking movie all about how he's leaving,
how long that was.
And then he didn't.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I don't care for that. I just watch his funny reviews.
It was actually surprisingly funny, but I think I dealt with it better because I watched it in segments instead of downing the whole thing in one go like a chug of milk.
Yeah, there's
some things you're just supposed to watch in fact, didn't they recommend that you should watch the Justice League basically in pieces? Because trying to plow through 4 hours is gonna kill you.
It has 6 chapters in it.
Yeah, it does, and that's something we should have done.
But in any case,
sometimes you gotta take breaks, man.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, this is going to revolutionize cinema. This is going to be greater than all the MCU.
No, you're all idiots.
Greater than Christopher Nolan. This is the godly... No.
You're all idiots.
It's not... You know what this is? This is a unique, interesting, but commercially inexcusable piece of indulgence. All right?
It is indulging, isn't it?
You want to know what will happen? Here's what will happen. If by some miracle... they can bring back the Holy Trinity, bring back Ben Affleck, bring back Henry Cavill, bring back Gal Gadot. I know that they'll bring back
Ray Fisher.
No,
No,
they severed ties with Ray
Okay,
Fisher. He can
fuck
fuck
it.
off. They'll bring
No,
back
it's
Ezra
fine. We
Miller.
can just get another black dude. There's plenty of those.
They'll bring back Jason Momoa because people like his portrayal of Aquaman.
Yeah, like Jason Momoa is still a cool dude.
Yeah,
bro.
most definitely.
If they bring all these folks back and they bring back their Martian Manhunter, you know what you can do? You can have a second Justice League movie. The one problem you can't have is that if you wanted to jive so that people can have it make sense, then what you could do is you can have it continue from elements of the theatrical and elements of the Snyder Cut. But as far as the canonicity is concerned,
Could be done.
the Snyder Cut is non-canon. It is the expanded universe. It is Star Wars Legends.
Yeah.
You know how folks were pissed off that Luke Skywalker's redhead beauty wife, Mara Jade, the lethal assassin in Emperor's Hand, got decanonized? The Snyder Cut is Mara Jade.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But you know what? The Mandalorian and all this stuff in the sequel trilogy does leave open the possibility that, you know what? Maybe he had a girlfriend named Mara Jade. Maybe she helped him set up the training temple.
Maybe.
And maybe she died too at the hands of Kylo Ren. Who knows?
Maybe. But
Anything's
yeah,
possible.
no. This movie is nowhere near perfect, and it's not revolutionary, but it is a better version than the original theatrical cut. That much is certain.
I'm just happy with that. I did not have high expectations on this. I just wanted them to take that whatever the hell they made the last time and improve it. And if 2 hours is all it takes to improve
You are
it,
really loud.
I can deal with that.
Yeah, no, that's
Sorry.
fine. That's fine.
Your thing is really loud. Also, what's that background music there?
It's from his game.
Oh, that's the game over music from Neo. Remember, the boss killed me. My corpse is still there, like gathering Amrita.
Wow.
I'll get back to that when the show is over. But yeah, honestly, if you can just give me better than what you gave me before, I'm not complaining, because see, at this point, I'm not gonna say that I have lost hope in the DC cinematic universe. I'm just saying that whether you like it or not, even if you turn Justice League into the best goddamn thing in the world, there's always gonna be stigma attached to it because it's attached to all the other DC movies that people didn't care about. There's a reason that when people mention good DC movies, the only things that they can come up with is Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman. That's
All
it.
the sh-
Everything else gets either it's shit or a resounding, it was okay.
Or sometimes it's in the middle, like 50% like it, 50% don't like it, like Man of Steel.
Exactly. That's the point. Either you get middle of the road, negative reception, or it was okay. And all of that baggage is going to be attached to the Justice League movie and the franchise in general, whether you like it or not. So at this point, all we can do is wait to see if the next upcoming DC films actually do a better job. Oh yeah, by the way, I took the time to watch Wonder Woman 1984. It's worse than I could have possibly imagined. Don't watch it. It's fucking terrible.
Oh boy.
See, now you're pressuring me to watch it.
Good news is, Ace.
Let me put it this way.
Since
Let me-
we have
let me
access
put
to
it this
HBO
way.
Max, you can watch it.
Let me put it this way. What was it? Pedro Pascal's not quite Trump impersonation is genuinely the best part of that whole movie. I'm not exaggerating. He plays the part to perfection, and it is the best part of the movie, if only because everything else feels so lackluster by comparison.
All right, but that's a table of discussion for another time, Angel. Let's go ahead and move on to fun things like video games.
Yes.
Yeah, Juan, what's
I
up?
did actually want to say one last thing about this.
Shoot,
over here.
fam.
Go ahead.
And
Speak for the
like I said,
stars.
the thing that I'm pissed off about really is the cultists, the psycho fans, the folks that now that we've given them their inch, they're taking a mile, and they're now trying to get people to hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
Oh my
You
god!
see, this
There's
was the
no
I have
argument that I've
not
been
seen
making.
that tag. Hang on. What?
Yeah, look it up. Restore the Snyderverse. They're basically saying, okay, Wonder Woman 3, the next Superman thing, the new Batman. Fuck all that. Cancel all that. Give it all back to Zack Snyder, bro. He deserves it all. Give him all those DC movies, bro.
Oh my
Ridiculous.
god!
And this was exactly what I was afraid of. This was exactly what I was pissed off about, because these guys don't fucking stop, and they actually wind up going against their own cause with the whole release the Snyder Cut situation, because they were basically trying to say that, oh no, we stand for letting the director have his vision. And so what? Patty Jenkins, who's the director of the Wonder Woman movies, she doesn't deserve her vision of Wonder Woman 3? Does the folks in Matt Reeves the Batman, does he not deserve his vision with Robert Pattinson's Batman on there? Does the Black Superman production that's rumored to be coming out, that's being developed, do they not deserve a chance? So what? You just want that's just it. Those folks at the end of the day aren't fans of DC or the DC characters of the DC universe. They're fans of Zack Snyder. There's a difference. It'd be as if you were to have me. If I were their psychotic, I would be all for the stupid Star Wars rumors they were trying to say, oh, bring George Lucas back. He's back to the rescue. Destroy Kathleen Kennedy. Destroy J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of them. Just bring back George Lucas and bring the Lucas cut of the sequel trilogy.
No, yeah, I understand. I agree with the idea of giving the director more creative control. Honestly, I kind of want to see how fucking stupid they can make this. How many more 4-hour movies can we get when they can put everything they wanted there?
It's like there's no satisfying anybody, but these Zack Snyder cultists, they always find some sort of crazy, insane way of going one step further. Even when we give everyone they're given what they want,
what they fought for, what Zack Snyder really did deserve. He deserved a chance to have his version of the cut. I didn't initially believe that it existed. I just thought that he was talking out his ass.
But it's out. It's there.
It's out and it's here now, but these fucking people won't stop. You know what I feel like?
So
I'm sorry for belaboring, so we're going to move on after this.
Please.
No, it's cool. Go ahead. This is great.
Okay. The ending of the Matrix Revolutions. Agent Smith, it finally gets to plunge into Neo and absorb him and assimilate him and kill Neo. Is it over? Neo nods. I've given you the Snyder cut. But guess what? Neo is hooked up to Deus Ex Machina, which is Zack Snyder and his fucking mentality. And all of a sudden, all the Smiths blow up. Oh, restore the Snyderverse. Fire Patty Jenkins. Destroy all these people. Ray Fisher for life. And I'm over here. No. No, it's not fair.
All right.
Now,
all
as
right.
we know, the idiosyncrasies of a fandom are forever eternal. No matter which way you look at it, they are always going to have that tiny group of really stupid, loud extremists that want everything to be done their way.
Can you really
I'm happy
call
to
them
say that
tiny?
on my side. Yes, because I'm happy to say that in the majority of my side, I can tell one thing that could come out of this is congratulations, you got what you wanted. Now everybody else had their thing too. Besides, let's be honest, there's no way Mr. Schneider is going to take all those projects by himself. The man already looks like he's about to drop dead after he finished filming the movie. And that is fucking... Consider the following. 4 hours is what we managed to put in here. How much more footage do you think that he had to put in the cutting floor just to trim that down to a manageable 4 hours?
Oh my goodness.
How long before we get the Snyder's Cut, Director's Cut, HD Remix Edition?
Don't give them ideas, Angel. Shut up right now.
Ultimate Edition 4K featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
All right,
The
let's move
Hideo
on.
Kojima
Please,
film.
for the love of God, for the love of any deity you guys worship, let's move on from this. Ugh.